My name is Collin M. I was chosen to go on a trip called Microcampus. Microcampus is a trip where 16 students go out to a small village in Yunnan called Xizhou for 28 days. There, the kids will learn about the history and the stories of the various people that live there. The goal of the trip is to give the kids a challenge and for them to try out something new. Before we left, we had to pick an inkway project. That is something that we have high personal interest in. Originally, I chose wood carving, but after moving into Xizhou, I changed it to silver and goldsmithing. For 2 weeks, we got to go out every day and interview people about our inkway project. The following is a video about what I learned in my journey. To fully understand silversmithing in Xizhou, one must consider the history, the technique, and the uses it has in the village. One of the very first people I interviewed was Mr. Yang. Mr. Yang is a silversmith, and he has a shop near the market in Xizhou. He was very kind to let me interview him. Mr. Yang was one of my very first interviews, which means the conversation was a little bit awkward, and it involved lots of pauses and awkward stops and us kind of looking at each other. But I feel that I've grown from that a lot, and now I feel very comfortable talking with people in the village. He told me a lot of stories about his father being a silversmith during the Great Leap Forward. He said during the Great Leap Forward, if his father was caught silversmithing or making silver jewelry, he would be brought out to the main square and shot. And he said that's why his father had to make silver jewelry in secret, and he would only sell it to his close friends. When I heard this, I was really surprised, because that shows me how much his father was into silversmithing, and that he would risk his life to develop his skill and to sell silver jewelry. For technique, Mr. Zhang, one of my interviews, taught me the most about it. Mr. Zhang is a silver and goldsmith, and he owns a shop close to the market. He comes from a line who are all silversmiths. His father, his grandfather, and his great-grandfather are all silversmiths. Mr. Zhang was one of my more recent interviews. I feel that the conversation that we had was very natural, and I looked more like a scholar compared to my other interviews where I looked like I was being dragged along by my teacher. The process begins with someone coming into the shop and ordering a silver jewelry. After that, they will order a silver ingot and then melt it down in their shop. After they melt it down, they will put it into a mold. They will take the mold out later and then start hammering on it. After they are done hammering, they will take it and they will polish it. After it's polished, it is done, and then they will have to deliver it. Here's a short clip of Mr. Zhang hammering. What he's doing here is he's creating a mold for a pendant for a necklace. And he will later take a sheet of silver and then hammer it over this to make another 3D shape. There are many things that are unique to the bi-minority culture. For example, this pendant. It's unique to the bi-minority culture, and they wear it, they give it to a kid when they're born, and then they wear it until they're 6 years old. And it's created solely and purely by silver, and it's all handcrafted. There are also many designs that are unique to the bi-minority culture. Here's a quick slideshow of a few of them. Microcampus has been an amazing trip. I've learned a lot about myself and about my strengths and weaknesses. Everybody here has been really helpful to me along the way somehow. A big thanks to Mr. Taffel and Ms. Mai for bringing me on this trip. I hope that in the future I can come back to Xizhou and meet all these wonderful people again.